Slowly getting back to our regular audience, but it's good to see some people back in the theater and be face-to-face with some of our 1 Million Cups community. So my name's Tyler. I'm with CTB at the Idea Center. I will be your MC this morning. Couple things. First, I just want to say thank you to our tech team, Jaden and Adam up there. Through this COVID crisis, we've had to do lots of pivoting and figure out new platforms and figure out new ways to do things. And as always, they've been really awesome, and they give their time to us. They're not paid to be here every morning, which is really appreciated. Thank you, guys. What else? Just one quick announcement before we get started. Next week, we will be off. So no 1 Million Cups next week. We take the 4th of July week off every year. So just a heads up, we'll have no 1 Million Cups next week. How many first-timers here this morning? Okay, welcome. Very, very glad to have you here. If you want to, please download the 1 Million Cups app. If you are a regular or have been here before and haven't yet, please download the 1 Million Cups app. Download the app and check in. That gives us some data that we give to the Koppen Foundation, who spearheads 1 Million Cups nationwide, so they can see what our community looks like here. It's also a great way for you to stay in the loop on upcoming speakers with 1 Million Cups, community announcements, things like that in our 1 Million Cups community. So it's a nice tool. Please use it if you want to. So. Next, thank you to our sponsors. So we do, our 1 Million Cups community is run by a grassroots volunteer team, which is really fun. It's an awesome group. But we do have some expenses, renting this facilities, buying coffee every week, some other odds and ends. And some of these organizations in the community give us dollars or in-kind services to support our 1 Million Cups community. So if you appreciate this event and know folks from these organizations, please let them know you appreciate their support as well, okay? So what is 1 Million Cups? Why do we do this? Well, 1 Million Cups is a weekly networking and educational event where we put an entrepreneur or small business owner on stage to tell their story, talk about the opportunity they're pursuing, and talk about what their biggest challenges are. Ultimately, what we want to do is help them refine their idea, help them make some connections so they have the best chance at success. So 1 Million Cups is, we want to change the face of our community over 1 million cups of coffee is what we're trying to do here. I think we're getting, this is our 7th year now as a 1 Million Cups chapter. I think we're getting close to like 100,000 cups of coffee pretty quick here. So, all right. Well, I think we're ready for, if you have questions during the Q&A, please use hashtag 1MCND on Twitter or on the Facebook live stream. You can ask questions on there as well. We have somebody on social media in the crowd here. I'll ask that question for you if you're watching live online or if you're in the crowd and just don't like a microphone in your hand, that's fine. Okay, some community announcements. I think we have one. The census is still going on, I believe. So if you have not completed your census information for Bismarck and Mandan, please do so. It's important that we're well represented in that census. That makes sure our community gets an equitable allocation of important funding for services like first responders, public schools, those in our community most in need. If we're not represented or if it's not an accurate representation of our community, we might not get all the funds we're entitled to there. So please fill out your census information. And then if there are other community announcements, if you have one, please come up to the stage and make that announcement. we don't have any this morning. Okay. No more announcements. Good. All right. Well, we have been focusing on kind of COVID-relevant speakers and topics lately. Today, we want to do a little bit of a pivot and kind of bring a little lighter topic to the stage. It's summertime. People are hanging out at the lake. People are hanging out outside. Yard games are a big deal, and I know my favorite yard game is beanbags. We have our friend Ross Frolich. He's with the Chamber, but he's also an entrepreneur, runs Bisman beanbag leagues. He's here to talk about the leagues that's only 2 years old, but has seen good success in Bismarck and Mandan so far. Let's give a warm 1 million cups welcome to Ross Frolich.
Thanks, Tyler. Thanks everybody here at 1 Million Cups for having me. I come almost every week, or every week that I'm able. So it's a fantastic program. So if this is your first week and you enjoy it, there's a million different things that this can bring to the forefront. So again, thanks a lot for the 1 Million Cups. So again, Ross Frolich with Bisman Beanbag Club. Your fun awaits, right? So this is me. I was born and raised here in Bismarck, Mandan, and I participated in high school sports. I played recreational volleyball for 19 years throughout here in Fargo after my high school career. Again, I work at the Chamber EDC. I have teams that I play on during my league. The reason that we do that is so if folks like yourselves have the desire to come check it out and see what it's all about, you can come play on my team for a week and figure out what it's all about. And I am married, my wife Melissa and my 2 daughters, Maggie and Marie. They're 14 and 10, so they are just awesome some days, and then some days they really are awesome. So, my big idea is Bisman Beanbag Club. Our mission is to grow the love of the sport of cornhole, and it's a game that everybody can play. Our teams at league have an age range of, I think our youngest player is 21 and our oldest player is 76. So it's definitely a sport that anybody can play, and not everybody can play well, but everybody can play and everybody can have a great time at. So why did cornhole start for Bismarck Bisman Beanbag Club? Basically, I live close to the Mandan Eagles, and they were looking for something to grow their, or to have during the week and have some people come in and that kind of thing. And the wheels started turning on how I could maybe help them with that. And the motorcycle trip, I'm a motorcyclist, so we went to a few years back when the dam was flooding and they opened the floodgates a little bit. We took a road trip up there and stopped at the corner bar and grill and had a burger. And I looked at the TV in the bar there, and they had cornhole on ESPN. And I'm like, pretty much the light turned on for me and said, I love playing cornhole, and you can play it inside, so that sounds like something that we should do. So the rest is my history. So basically, we started in the fall of 2018. We had one Tuesday league, and that Tuesday league had 10 teams of 4 on it. And we've grown every season since then. So we have 3 seasons a year. We have the fall, the winter, and then a summer league. So the fall and winter are those folks who like to play inside and get out when it's cold outside. And the summer league is for those folks who really love to be outside and enjoy the challenge of a windy day, trying to throw a 1-pound bag 30 feet across a parking lot. So that brings us to basically 2020 right now. So we're at the Lonesome Dove, and we have a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday league. And Our Tuesday and Thursdays are team-based, so they're the 4-person teams. I'll get to a little bit of the details of that here in just a minute. And our Wednesday is a little bit unique. So our Wednesday is it's a blind draw day. So how that works is there's really no commitment to it. You can just show up on Wednesday, and if you want to play some cornhole, come in to the Dove at 7:15, 7:30, and register, and you'd be able to play just that one night, $5, and you can play. So, Outlook, right? So I put a little bit of information about what we've done. In Bismarck-Mandan, we looked on Google, and the Googler said that there's about 6,000 people that might have interest in playing beanbags. So, and if you think about it, I mean, for me, every time I'm going out camping and every time I'm driving through the residential areas of Bismarck-Mandan, you see cornhole boards out everywhere. So that number may be even low. So I know there's lots of people out there who like to play and maybe would like to play in the league, so that's my potentials. Over the course of the last 2 years, we've had over 60 teams that play. 90% of our players that play have played more than one season, so that might mean that they fairly enjoy it. So, per the work hours, it takes a lot of time, and but that's just I love that I have. So we have the three main reasons, or the three different kinds of things that we do cornhole for. The 4-person league, which is the one that is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That 4-person league is 4-person teams. So you have 4 people that play on your team, and you play one game with each one of your teammates. So your 4-person team plays 6 games in a night. You play 3 and you watch 3. So it gives you a couple different things. Number one, you get to play with your teammates, each one of them, and you also get some downtime to visit and get to know those teammates and friends, and have some of that socialization that sometimes we crave, especially during this time when we've been doing a lot of inside stuff and kind of being on our own. How that works is we do a 9-week season. Our max for each season is 10 teams. So we do a 9-week season, so you play each of the other teams one time. And then we do a 3-week tournament. So your league play seeds you in for the tournament, and then we do a 3-week tournament, and then we have prizes. We have prize sponsors that help us out with some of those things too. Shields has been a prize sponsor for us, and Jerome Disturbing has been a prize sponsor for us. So you get some really good, cool stuff that you can brag to your friends about, and you get a nice, cool trophy that says champions, so that's one of the things that we really like. Some of the other things that we do is we want to make sure that we keep this a recreational, fun thing to do. So not all the prizes go to the best players. We make sure that we do door prizes. So you can get T-shirts and prizes like that each week, and then we also do what we're calling the Airmail Challenge. The Airmail Challenge is basically an airmail. For those who don't know, is when you get it straight through the hole. No sliding it in, just straight through the hole. And what we're doing is a 50-50 challenge on that. So if you, it's $1 for 2 bags, and then if you get one in the hole, then you get to sign your name and put it in the bucket. And at the end of the night, we draw out a name. That person gets 50% of the cash, and then the other 50% goes to a charity that the club picks out. So that's kind of what the 4-person league is all about. The blind draw, like I said, is the Wednesday night. It's kind of a unique thing because it can be anywhere from the 8 core people that come every week to 40, 50 people in a night. So the cool thing about that is that there's really no commitment. It's $5 for the entry fee. That $5 gets you eligible for your door prizes, gets you a free drink at the Lonesome Dove, and we use the Scoreholio app. So everything's electronic and just kind of goes really fun and smooth. So any of you who want to play tonight at the Lonesome Dove, we'll be out there, and you can come out there, and it takes $5, and you can check it out and see what you think. The other thing that we're doing is we can use the cornhole boards for fundraising or entertainment for groups that are looking to enhance their events. We're actually borrowing the boards and bags out to the zoo for, is it this weekend? This Friday, they're having a sleepover at the zoo, so we're borrowing some boards and bags out there for them to enhance that sleepover experience so they can just have a better time. And we also have them available for folks who want to do fundraisers for schools or basically any nonprofit. So that's kind of the 3 main things there. So I just took a few cool pictures of our teams, and they're just great people. You know, we have so much fun, and it's a labor of love. So the cool thing about that is that through the course of the last 2 years, I've met a lot of people, and a lot of them have become just from players to friends. So that can be, you know, you guys and come out and play. So I wanted to talk a little bit also about the boards and bags that we have. So the boards and bags that we have are professional grade. They're the same level of quality that you see on ESPN. They're very specific in their rules and regulations. The boards that we have are made by U.S. Cornhole, and they are the best of quality. So there's for those who have played, it's very different playing on the backyard variety versus a professional board. It's a very big difference, and you know our teams have really appreciated the upgrades, and so this is something that you may not always be able to get locally. And then if you wanted to get a professional set of boards, we also help our players get those. We can help you get those as well. And the bags are very interesting as well. There's very specific parts and pieces that go with that as well. The biggest deal with that is there's a bag for everyone. You know, there's not all bags are created equal. They all have the same specs, but they're not all created equal. There's sticky ones, there's slidey ones, there's slidey ones on both sides, there's sticky ones on both sides. So it's all kinds of different kinds of stuff. So the reason that we wanted to make sure that we provide those things is that we want to make sure that there's consistency among the players. We want to be able to know that, you know, you're playing with the same high quality stuff as the player next to you, so it's a nice, even, and fun game to play. Their quality and durability is unmatched, and getting them from this distributor, we know that we can get more and scale as well. Let's see, what's next? I guess that's it. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's hear it for us. All right, so a little Q&A session now.
Since these are sitting here, we probably should throw a bag, huh?
I think that's probably the right thing to do, huh?
Let's do that.
Well, funny thing, I am representing.
Dun, dun, dun. This was hardly placed.
So I'm not only your MC today, I'm also a Bisman Bags League member. But Game of Throws is our league, our team, and it's sponsored by Bill Dean, who is in the crowd here today as well. So
There he
thank you,
is.
Bill. Yeah. All right, well, I'll give you the honors.
Oh, I get the honors. All right. So, disclaimer: this is not legal distance.
Right. Have to bring out our pitching wedges.
Oof.
Ross, is that good? Is that good when you do that?
Apparently, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's. Ow!
Yikes.
Oh, I think they call it airmail, right?
That is an airmail.
Yeah.
I like to send it airmail. Yeah. But that just goes to show that the student is now the master, right?
I'm a cornhole dork. I play a lot of Blake. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll start with it's as a business model. I know it's a labor of love, but you guys have to try to cash flow this as well too. And you kind of have two stakeholder groups, right? Your league members and your players, but also your venues, right? Yeah. Can you talk about you mentioned a little bit about the Eagles and how that relationship was built? Can you talk about how that's gone with other venues? And because you need spaces, and that's got to be a win-win too, right?
So 100%. So the venues they have, especially the places where cornhole can be played. It's a space that it's large. So we need a minimum of 35 feet one direction and almost 10 feet wide just to have one set of boards. So the places that we play, they have big venues, and a lot of times when we want to play, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is not a big time for them to have those spaces being rented out. So we provide anywhere from 20 to 60 people in a night to come in and utilize that facility. And so our group is they maybe like to indulge in an adult beverage, so they help with that side, and they order food and utilize some of those spaces that that aren't typically used on a Tuesday, Wednesday night.
So you guys draw a nice crowd, basically.
Yeah. So, like I said, our normal league has 10 teams, and so that's 4-player team. So it's 40 people just in players, and a lot of times they will bring their friends, cousins, nephews, and their wives to come and play. And so, like I said, a 40-person league can have 60 plus people in the venue.
Awesome. Good. Question in the middle here.
Hi, Russ. I don't want to make an assumption, but are we talking 21 and over for the age group?
We are.
Even
yes.
for the Mandan Eagles?
For the Mandan Eagles, we're currently not playing at the Mandan Eagles, but all of our venues have been 21 plus, just for the fact that the spaces that we've been able to partner with as of so far have been venues where you need to be 21 and over.
Looks like we have a question coming from online.
Yes, via text message, actually. They're coming from all over the place,
They're
Ross.
everywhere.
Thanks for being here. We want to know how COVID affected the Bisman Beanbag Club.
Yes. So COVID was definitely a big question mark for us coming up for the summer season. Typically, our summer season starts the second week of June, and if I remember correctly, I think it was about 10 days prior to that when the governor said that you could have groups larger than 10. He bumped it to that 50 mark, and so it was a very, very, very short advertising and space for this summer league. So it was and then to bring folks in during COVID, we want to make sure that we're trying to abide by those social distancing things. I guess the one good thing is we're a ways apart here for the players, and then when you're playing and when you're waiting, you're with those core friend groups. So that's kind of how the COVID has affected us, and I guess the biggest thing was, we had a significantly smaller summer this year. I guess not significantly, but a smaller summer this year due to the fact that I don't think people were able to get the information that we were starting our summer league.
I have one more question. What about the financial side? So is it just a labor of love, or have you set it up so that you're able to to earn some, so that it's a business?
Someday I hope to have it be a little bit of a profit. So far, virtually all of the registration funds have gone to either purchasing equipment or prizes or that kind of thing. So it's we've done some significant upgrades since our first season. Our first season had some aluminum boards that it was more along a basketball thought, a lot of bounce in there. So then we did some upgrades to some wooden boards, and it still wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. So that's when we upgraded to the professional level boards and bags, and it's definitely not a inexpensive part of that. So once we get the equipment, then there's the potential for that financial side for the club.
Question up front here.
Yes. How will you measure success in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? And also, are you a member of the Bismarck Mandan Chamber EDC?
You're darn right I am.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for the shameless plug. As the membership director of the Chamber EDC, this was a hard sale, man. It was super easy. As far as the Chamber EDC goes and Bisman Bean Bag Club, it was kind of a no-brainer for me. My goal is to get this information out to those folks, and what better way than to have it in those organizations that go in. Their job is to bring people together and tell them about the things that you do. So then I try to wear my hats appropriately during that. So I actually forgot the other question. I got excited about the Chamber EDC.
How will you measure success?
Oh, how will I measure success? Thank you. I maybe have passion for two things, huh? So how will I measure success? The biggest thing is that we would like to grow. We have the potential in. We've talked to different venues and places. So I would like to get some. I'd like to probably in 2 to 3 years. I'd like to have this at least be double its size, where I'd be able to have 3 nights a week in Mandan at one of their venues, and then 3 nights a week in Bismarck in their venues, to be able to keep that growing. And so I mean, just sheer number of people out that are having fun. That's how I'm going to measure success.
Question over here.
Hey, Ross.
Hey.
I got
Hey
two
there.
questions for you as well. First, do other cities in North Dakota have these type of leagues? And is there like state tournaments or things like that where some of your team members can travel? And then question two is, where can somebody find you at the Lonesome Dove? Or is it outside in the parking lot?
So I'll answer that one first. So yes, we're in the back parking lot of the Lonesome Dove, and it's pretty hard to miss us. We have anywhere from 3 to 5 sets of boards sitting out in the back, and there's people everywhere, and their bags are flying everywhere. So I'm pretty. I'm always running around, so if you're new, come hunt me down. I usually have a shirt that has something similar to this on it, and you can hunt me down and get going that way. Secondly, yes, there are other leagues and tournaments in North Dakota. So I know that there's another one here in Bismarck Mandan, and then there's one in Fargo. The Fargo guy, he does some tournaments throughout the state. So he does a few of them out in Fargo. I think he does one in Minot, and then this past fall, he did a state tournament here in Mandan at the Lonesome Dove, actually. So, and then if you search it out, there's all sorts of small tournaments that bars and that kind of thing will and nonprofits will do for fundraising. So those tournaments are out there. It hasn't been something that we've been able to wrangle into a single location or something like that to get that information. So you got to do a little bit of searching on that end.
I just like to piggyback on that. So back when we had sports or we played sports, the cornhole you'd see on TV every once in a while, right? And even during quarantine, well, quick aside, I'm a Chiefs fan, Kansas City Chiefs fan. I don't know if you were aware, but we won a game called the Super Bowl back in February. So that's been my sports fix during quarantine. I've rewatched the Super Bowl probably 17 times. We win every time. It's great. It's wonderful. It really is. But I'll catch myself seeing cornhole on ESPN sometimes, and I'll watch it. It's kind of silly, but it can be fun to watch. So what's the sanctioning organization for those bigger events, and is there like qualifying events that you could get involved with to get people into those?
So there's two. There's the ACL and the ACO. So the American Cornhole League and the American Cornhole Association or organization. The ACL is the one that you see on ESPN. They're probably the larger of the two entities. And, as far as getting qualifying events, I'm actually on path to try and do that. One of the things that we're doing right now is we're using, it's an app called Scoreholio. I know everything is ridiculous. The naming is awesome, but it always puts a smile on people's faces, so that's always nice. But that app is a national app. So if you play enough tournaments and leagues and you can find some tournaments on there, and some of those can be associated with the ACL, which could lead you into qualifying events and that kind of thing too. So, but a lot of times they do a local, regional, national ranking system for cornhole.
Question here.
Hey,
Hi there.
quick question. How much is registration for a 4-person team, and how fast does it fill up? Like your fall and winter leagues, because I would assume everybody wants to get out. So my assumption is they fill up pretty quick. Do you have to be on the ball and get there fast?
So, yes. So it's kind of evolved for us. It used to be Tuesday. That was our super busy day and would fill up super quickly. I think our second year fall season, the Tuesday filled up in like 3 days. And I attribute that to a lot of the players who've played in the past continue to play. So 90% of those were teams that have played in the past. So they knew it was coming and they jumped on the ball and got after it. Over the course of the next 3 seasons there, it's kind of switched now. So Thursday is kind of our hot and heavy day. So the short answer is yes. Once we decide when we're going to open up the next season, watch for us on our Facebook page, Bisman Beanbag Club on Facebook, and we'll have some information on there on when that'll be opening up, and then you can move on from there. As far as the pricing, it is $40 a player and a $75 sponsorship fee. So it's $235 for the 12-week season, which averages out to be right around $5, which they give you 1 complimentary drink. So it's pretty much cost equals free. So that's if you have adult beverages.
Gotcha.
Costs you like $4 if you just have a soda.
Right. Question here. This is a great concept that you have here. You started with you seeing something on ESPN. Have you ever thought about getting hold of Midcoast Sports or Beck? And right now, they're looking for content.
where they could bring in their camera crew and they could be broadcasting this. That local sports on Beck has just been awesome. So have you contacted them at all?
I have not. I guess the very first reason is that we still consider ourselves a recreational league. So we want to make sure that we keep that fun side of it. And but it does have some definite fun stuff, you know. I could definitely see some of our more competitive players wanting to be on that side, and you know, I could see that maybe being a tournament event that we do. So that definitely has potential.
I think there might have to be a pretty good delay on that one. The language can get a little colorful when it's when it gets competitive.
All you need is 7 seconds.
Some of our players, you may need more.
Speaking of colorful language, your wife Melissa is hosts these events with you, and I think it's the league I was in. At least you guys did such a good job as hosts and kind of setting the energy in the room. Both you and Melissa. Melissa's a riot. She's always at an 11. If she's across the room, like this is the size of the room, you will hear everything she's saying over there. Good. But so as you look at kind of scaling this or doing multiple venues on the same night, what is the staffing or kind of operational requirements for a league?
So thanks for bringing up Melissa. I mean, there's no way I could have done any part of this without her help. She's been an amazing person to help me with this. Like I said, everything from the Facebook pages and today's presentation, she has done every piece and part of that. So, and then like you said, you know, setting that benchmark of excitement for the room. She's definitely. If you're not excited, you're not by her, because she gets super excited about playing. And just a quick side story: she started out and she was less than a high level player. That's as politically correct as I could get that one. But she's progressed to a pretty good player, and now I mean she's gotten a 4-bagger, which is getting all 4 bags in the hole on one pass across. So she's and that day you heard her. You know, if she was super excited and thought it was the best. So as far as you know, employees and scaling, as far as that goes, we have an amazing support team of our players. A lot of our players have, you know, if and when I have other engagements that don't allow me to maybe get there for the setup, all I have to do is give a call for some of these guys to help set up and that kind of thing. What I'm assuming is, you know, some of those folks coming on as help, or we haven't figured out exactly how that piece is going to fit for us yet. I think we still have a little bit of time until that's going to happen. I know that, you know, through the rest of this summer, I only have the one location, and depending on demand for fall, you know, we would still be able to function with just the two, me and Melissa, and then after that, if it scales larger than that, then we would have to look at what the next steps are.
Yeah, so is that like one of the teams in the league would kind of be like the league host, and
Yep.
they'd just be responsible for setting up the board?
Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, our hosts in the for up at the Baymont. The Baymont is where we played this last fall or winter season. They were amazing. I mean, as far as when I'd show up at whatever time prior to the event, they would have all the boards and bags all set out for me. And so that's one of the things that they do as an appreciation for us and bringing in all those customers is they say, yeah, absolutely, we'll store your boards, we'll set them up, tear them down, and you know, it's something that they help us out with as well. So it's not a huge labor-intensive piece on our end. Basically, at the end of the show is when, you know, that's where we take that information and put them into our league scoring systems and that kind of thing. And that's just another, small portion of time.
Question here.
Hi, Ross.
Hey, how's it going?
2 questions. First, the burning question. In league, can you go over 21, or do you have to hit 21 on the dot?
So in league, it is a non-bust. So you can go over 21.
Second question, are you at the point where you're handicapping players or having more experienced leagues because of beginner leagues or so forth?
Yeah, we're not quite there yet. I think that's always been something that we've talked about in the similar to like darts and bowling and volleyball and all of those who have grades of players. The thing is that we're still playing on a 4-person platform where we haven't quite gotten enough players and teams in order to get to that where I have the ability to split into high and low, but that is on the horizon.
You have another question from the live stream?
We do, yeah. Kate asks, I think you mentioned, or you already answered the question about volunteers and helpers, but she also asks, you said you lend the boards out to groups. Are you able to charge for that?
Yes. So I haven't yet. A lot of the things that we've done, we've done as a donation towards their cause. It's one of those things where we want to be able to grow this sport as well. I guess the biggest flag or whatever you'd want to say on that is use on the boards. If anything would get damaged or anything like that, we've kind of had the agreement that anything broken or damaged would be the responsibility of the host. But at this point, we haven't charged for that. But for, say, you're just doing a family event or something like that, definitely get a hold of me and we can figure that part out. We haven't, like I said, I don't have a set fee schedule yet for that, but that's definitely something that we would entertain.
I see shields on both of these boards. Can you talk about that partnership a little bit, and then any other partnerships that in the community that you have?
So Shields specifically, they are prize sponsors for us. So at the end of the tournament, we have a 3-week tournament at the end of the season, and Shields helps us out with some prizes. So their trade-off is that we get to put them on our boards, and additionally, they saved my skin one time. So we did a tournament out at Indy Country Fest last year, and we had some boards on order, and for whatever reason that didn't end up panning out, and Shields was able to get me some 10 sets of boards and bags in very short order in order to help us out. And so we said, hey, this is something that we're going to do for you because you helped us out. So and then as far as other sponsorships and partnerships, if you or we have 10 sets of boards that we currently have for our league, and 6 of them have been sponsored by companies. So basically, those companies help us by with the funds to get the boards, and then we print on their logos and graphics on our boards in order to help advertise for them. So who else do I'm missing sponsorships. Okay, so right now, Fireball and Jack Daniels is our sponsors for our current league, and so they help us out with some door prizes and that kind of thing. So we get T-shirts and koozies and all the fun stuff that Jack Daniels and those types of groups have. So Jack Daniels and Fireball and Dr. McGillicuddy's and all their whole line of things. They help us out with those fun things to win when you're out playing. And then throughout the course of our league, Jerome Distributing was a key partner for us at the very beginning. They helped us out with our very first sets of boards and bags. They were they if it wasn't for Jerome and their help with getting started, this wouldn't be a league right now. So got to give them their shout out because they definitely helped us out huge. And same with the Mandan Eagles. They offered their space without any strings attached. See if it works, and off we went. So those have been all great.
Nice alignment between the recreational Shields partners and then the hospitality industries partners too.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Another one from the live stream.
You bet, yeah. Brian and Chad are both wondering if you have plans for a youth league or something more family-friendly.
Yes. So we've thought about that. One of the problems that we have is where is we haven't been able to work out the logistics on a place to have it and how those how to make it all work with, because most of our host locations have been bars or have that connection to them. So we're trying to figure out the right way to move it into a youth oriented league where you can still have that that recreation side where they can still win stuff, they can still have, and then at the end have their true winners with trophies and that kind of thing. So it's the logistics part has been our challenge so far in finding a location, and there's so many things going on in the summer, and this summer was kind of a huge hiccup to boot. So we kind of skipped this summer and maybe think about next.
One space for winter leagues, I think the Y racquetball courts are underutilized. Now they're always looking for new ways to use those spaces. So I don't know, that might be an option. But
Absolutely, that definitely. Like, I don't know what the dimensions are, but
I think they're big enough. But yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Evan.
take a tape.
Did I get that you also are a reseller of the U.S. Cornhole equipment?
Yes.
So that's kind of a nice little thing you can do. And then as far as the graphics, is that something they do? You provide them the artwork and they do it? I assume the surface is an important piece of that board.
Absolutely. So the one thanks for mentioning that, because the biggest thing about the boards is that sliding surface, right? So the graphics, again, it's a kickback to my wife Melissa. She comes from the marketing world, so she designed these bags or these boards, and that one's my personal favorite. It's supposed to look like a travel box, and then if you look right next to the hole, there's a stamp that says airmail. So that one's awesome. So, but anyways, like I said, my wife Melissa designed these, and then when we sent them to U.S. Cornhole, they're able to print our graphics directly onto the wood, and then all of this is laser cut, so everything's 100% accurate, and then routed and sealed after that. So there's definitely that surface, like you said, is the biggest piece of that puzzle, because they want to make sure that that's the right. It's 3 to 4 inches in the front, 12 inches in the back, and the bag has to be able to sit there and not slide down, but it still has to be able to slide. So it's a very specific stickiness.
Very specific tact you're looking for.
Tact.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Well, Ross, thank you so much for the time today. I think as we're all trying to safely get back to some new normalcy and social experiences, this is as good as any. So appreciate you starting the Bisman Beanbags League. We always have a last question to ask our presenters, and I'll, John, you want to do the honors?
Fantastic. And I'm hoping that you're going to stick around for a few minutes. I'd like to embarrass myself and toss a few after.
That sounds perfect.
Okay. Well, as you know, because you're always here, Ross, what can we, you know what the last question is, what can we as a Bismarck Mandan 1 Million Cups community do to help you succeed?
Spread the word. I think that's probably the biggest challenge that I have is that there's lots of folks around Bismarck-Mandan that would like to play and don't even know that I'm here doing this. So spread the word, let them know Bisman Beanbag Club on Facebook, and have them come out on Wednesday or give me a call they can play on my 2 nights because I have a team on Tuesday and Thursday, so they can give it a shot that way. But yeah, just let people know. I mean, let them know that we're here and that guys like him are out there having fun with the I drink and throw things shirt.
We're the Game of Throws. That's right.
It's a real deal. But yeah, that's probably our biggest thing, that we want to make sure that we're providing something that is fun and easy to do, and just let people know that we're out there and that they can come have fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ross.
Thank you.
Appreciate taking time with us this morning. Let's hear it for Ross one more time, please.
Thank you.
Again, one more time, a reminder, next week we have no 1 million cups, so we will not be here. There will be no free coffee. There will be no entrepreneurs. So we will be back, though, July 8th. Besides that, if you or anyone you know, if you think there'd be a good presenter or somebody you'd like to see on the 1 Million Cups stage, encourage them to apply to present at 1millioncups.com/present. And I think that's all we have for you. So have a great rest of the week, all. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys.